You are born in a completely dark cave, the youngest of four armadillos. You all look identical because you're quadruplets. Oh, and by the way, you're all blind. Your mother gives each of you a small starter kit and immediately leaves the cave, abandoning you. But don't worry, she'll come back. Luckily, you're not alone. You have your three siblings and your father? Except you've never seen your father because he ran off months before you were born. Now, it's just you and your siblings, left to be there for yourselves until your mother returns. Your body is completely underdeveloped. Your claws can't break through the ground, and you don't even have a proper shell yet. As a child, you yearned for the mines and hope that one day your claws will be strong enough to explore the underworld with your siblings. You and your siblings all made a promise to build massive caves together when you grow up. Wait, your brother randomly dies. But at least you weren't the one who died. For now, all you can do is wait for your mother to return. One day passes, and your mother returns, giving you your daily starter kit before leaving again. This becomes your life for the next 3 weeks. You spend every day doing absolutely nothing, just waiting for your mom's daily visit. After 3 weeks, your shell hardens, and you open your eyes for the first time. You see your siblings for the first time and get emotional. Your claws are starting to develop, and your dream of building caves together finally feels within reach. You've completed the first phase of your life, but don't celebrate too soon. It's all downhill from here. Now you can leave the cave, but you can't enjoy nature. No, this is where the training begins. Your mother is like the Kung Fu Panda sensei and puts you through intense lessons. Hunting practice. Your mother teaches you how to hunt, emphasizing the importance of stealth. Armadillos have an incredible sense of smell and can detect insects from afar. Your brothers are natural hunters and pick it up immediately. You, on the other hand, are clumsy, and insects hear you from 10 meters away. Your mother is disappointed and honestly has given up hope for you, but you don't let it discourage you. You hope to prove yourself in the next discipline. Danger awareness. Your mother shows you all the potential predators. She explains exactly how to behave in emergencies and teaches you the hardest skill, rolling into a ball. Unfortunately, this is useless for you since your shell hasn't fully hardened yet. Orientation. Armadillos have a terrible sense of direction. To compensate, they urinate everywhere to mark their paths with scent. Your sense of smell, however, is weak, so you struggle to orient yourself. Thankfully, your siblings help you, so it's not the end of the world. You encounter another armadillo family. Your family doesn't like the other one, so you glare at each other and part ways. Digging. Your mother emphasizes that digging is crucial. Your claws have finally hardened, and you can now dig proper tunnels. You've all passed the training, and in the meantime, your shells have fully hardened. Your mother's job is done, and she can finally retire. Now, you and your siblings are on your own. You can finally get closer to your dream of building caves together. But one of your brothers dies. He is killed by Steve, who uses his shell to make armor for his dog. This shows you how dangerous the world really is. You feel sad and miss the innocent days you spent with your siblings in the cave. You start to understand that your dream of building caves together might never come true. Then your sister tells you she is pregnant. She needs to leave to prepare for her new life as a mother. Now you are truly on your own. You dig your first real cave and try to enjoy being alone. You make it really cozy and pack everything you need inside. You even have food reserves there and a very comfortable sleeping spot. Time passes and you grow into the best version of an armadillo. Your shell becomes hard and strong, your claws sharp like a sword, and you become excellent at hunting. But you have no one to share it with. You stay in your cave most of the time and only go outside when absolutely necessary. You don't sleep well and you hate being out during the day. When you do go out, predators often attack you. Fortunately, your tough shell keeps you safe. You live in constant stress, jumping at every little sound, and fear that you might suffer the same fate as your brother. You know your surroundings quite well, but there are no other armadillos nearby, and you long to meet an armadillo wife to be less lonely. Despite your overwhelming fear, You decide to set out on your journey anyway. Eventually, you meet an armadillo woman. At first, you simply stare at each other for 5 minutes, and then you both immediately fall in love. You connect so deeply that she becomes pregnant almost immediately. You want to bring her back to your home, but she refuses. You quickly learn to compromise and decide to stay in her territory, even though you are completely unfamiliar with it. You share 3 amazing days together, and when you go out to hunt food to impress her with your skills, you lose her. Your poor sense of direction makes it impossible to find her again. The thought of your children growing up without you hurts deeply. Determined, you set out to search for your wife, leaving behind your beautiful cave. Along the way, you encounter many predators who try to kill you, and you barely survive some encounters. But you are driven by the hope of reuniting with your family. Thinking back on your father, you realize he never left you on purpose. After weeks of searching, you give up and accept that you will never see your wife or children again. You build yourself a new cave, but this time you put in less effort, and it shows. The years pass, and you grow weaker and older. You often think about the time you spent with your siblings and the dream you all shared of building a big cave. You realize that if you want to keep your promise, this will be your last chance. You leave your cave knowing you will never see it again and that your end is near. This time, as you step outside, you are no longer afraid. Every sound and movement feels insignificant compared to your dream. When you arrive at the spot, the ground feels special, as if it remembers your past. You can almost hear the laughter of your siblings around you. With each strike of your claws, memories of them fill you with strength. You dig with all the energy you have left. Your claws are not as strong as they used to be, so it takes you much longer than expected, and you have to take frequent breaks. You spend your nights at the entrance of the cave, barely eating because you want to use every moment to work on finishing the cave. The insects you used to catch with ease now seem much faster, or perhaps you've just slowed down. After 3 days, all you've managed to dig is a tiny hole, and you realize you will never finish it. Even so, you refuse to give up. You dig and dig, determined to keep going, no matter how hopeless it seems. But then, a coyote appears. You could curl up to defend yourself, but your dream is bigger. You keep digging your hole, and the coyote comes closer and closer. The coyote attacks you and catches you. In the end, you realize you disappointed your entire family and lived a miserable, lonely, and sad life, and you die.